Many who live in the United States choose to purchase and keep firearms. However, many firearm owners are unsure about the procedures full-service movers follow when transporting their guns to their new home. So we've covered the do's and don'ts so you can prepare for your upcoming move without concerns for your firearms or your safety. First off, do full-service movers transport guns? The simple answer is yes. Professional movers will transport your firearms. However, there are a couple of essential details to know and prepare before including them in your next move. First, it's important to note that movers must physically be able to inspect all the firearms before they are loaded onto the truck. When your mover arrives on load day, the driver or crew performing the inventory of your items will need to see the guns. They'll inspect them to ensure that they're safe for transport, and then they'll record the serial number of each weapon. This serial number tracking is for your protection and the mover. By matching serial numbers, it ensures that the guns that are loaded on one end are the same guns delivered to you on the other end of your move. After the firearms are inspected and the serial numbers have been recorded, the guns will then get loaded onto the truck. Now, at a minimum, firearms are pad wrapped to ensure they're protected, but you may consider putting each gun in a hard case to keep the weapon secure and unable to move around during transit. Some customers prefer to lock the cases as well, and this is fine, provided that they can be opened for inspection upon arrival. Now, a hard case isn't required, but it definitely is recommended. Now, what happens if guns are damaged during a move? Liability for goods damaged during transit is covered under the valuation level that you chose when you set up the move. For more information on valuation, you should check out our article on that subject. But once you know how valuation works, you'll remember that if you release valuation, you're only going to be able to reclaim approximately 60 cents per pound of article weight on any damaged item. Now consider firearms for a moment, remembering that small firearms like handguns can weigh less than a few pounds. Long guns, such as rifles and shotguns, don't typically weigh more than 10 to 15 pounds, except in rare cases. So at 60 cents per pound of released valuation compensation, handguns might only claim 60 cents if damaged, and long guns maybe $6. This isn't even close to the firearm's value. So if you choose to release valuation, understand that any damage to the firearms will not be compensated at the value of the gun. Movers take every precaution to safeguard your items during a move, but even a move that's executed flawlessly can be subject to damage from various factors outside the mover's control. Now, if you choose total or full valuation, your firearm will be compensated at its replacement value, if it cannot be repaired, minus your deductible. And this option gives your guns much better protection. But there's one more item to consider regarding total valuation. Full or total valuation only compensate items up to $100 per pound of weight, unless items whose value exceeds that criteria are disclosed explicitly on a high-value inventory before being loaded. For example, let's say you have a 2-pound handgun. It's valued at $850. Well, this equates to $425 per pound of weight. Now, because the gun is over $100 in value per pound of weight, you must disclose this item on a high-value inventory. So talk to your estimator or coordinator for more details if you have guns like this to ensure that they're appropriately listed before move day. Next, do full-service movers transport gun ammunition? Well, in short, no. Movers will not transport ammunition. It's because it falls under rules prohibiting any explosive materials from inside the moving vans. The safety of the driver and your belongings is paramount in any move, and to maintain that, no combustible materials are allowed. The inside of the moving vans often reach high temperatures due to the moving process. There isn't good ventilation inside the vans. Ammunition, and especially those with hidden defects, have been known to react at those temperatures and cause fires inside moving vans. And even if your ammo has no defects, heat often leads to the degradation of ammunition. So to prevent this, as well as to protect the safety of the driver, ammunition cannot be carried with your shipment. So, how do you transport live ammunition? We have various options to handle transportation of ammunition, but we would recommend that you take it with you when you drive to your new home, if possible. This is because, number one, you can control the temperature of the ammunition. Number two, you can keep it in safe conditions during the move. Certain carriers will transport ammunition if you cannot transport it on your own. UPS and FedEx are examples of such carriers, but others also exist. Each carrier, however, will have its own requirements, limits, and proper paperwork. So visit their sites that we've linked for more information. We do recommend thorough research, though, before relying on these carriers, as limits and regulations may change at any time. And lastly, just remember the USPS can't ship any ammunition. So I hope you find that helpful.